Hello, welcome to 2.4 day 2. Here we're going to multiply and divide using scientific notation. Our steps are we're going to multiply or divide the coefficient. Then we're going to multiply or divide the base 10 using our exponent rules. And then we're going to write the number back in scientific notation. Again, coefficient, this is a coefficient, so we're going to be multiplying these numbers out front. And then we are going to be using our exponent rules to add or multiply or divide our exponents. Okay. Here we go. So we are multiplying. So when we multiply, first we're going to multiply these first two numbers. So just take a calculator and we are going to multiply them. So type in the calculator 1.8 times 6.7. So 1.8 times 6.7 equals 12.06. Okay, so that's the first part of our answer. So I'm going to write something times 10 to the something. So I'm going to put this right here, 12.06. Now when I multiply exponents like this, I am going to add the numbers on top. So 12 plus 9 is 21, and I'm going to get times 10 to the 21st power. And that is not our final answer yet because, remember, scientific notation needs to be between 1 and 10. Is 12 between 1 and 10? No. So I'm going to have to move this decimal one more time. Now I have 1.206 times 10, and then if I added a decimal here, or I moved the decimal once here, I'm going to have to add one up here. So it's going to be to the 22nd. This is my final answer. Let's do another one. Again, we're going to first multiply the coefficients. So I have 5 times 3.38. 5 times 3.38. Again, put this in the calculator. We got 16.9. You may have noticed that this is also not a number between 1 and 10, so we're going to have to move that, but let's wait till after. Then I'm going to add my exponents here because we are multiplying. So we got 12 plus 6 is 18. So I got 16.9 times 10 to the 18th. But remember, we have to move that decimal, so I'm going to add 1. So it's going to be 1.69 times 10 to the 19th power. Final answer. Great job. Let's do a dividing problem. So very similar to what we did in the last ones with multiplying, but just slightly different. So we're going to divide these. So put that in the calculator. 9.6 divided by 5. You get 1.92. All right, and then when we divide exponents, we are going to subtract these. The long way looks like this. You got 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 over 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1, so these are going to all cancel out, and we are left with what? 110. So it's going to be times 10 to the first. All done. And see how so since we crossed them out, they canceled out, we ended up subtracting them. So we did 5 minus 4, which is 1. Okay, here's another one. So let's divide the coefficients. Type in the calculator, 3.46 divided by 2. Gets me 1.73. And then we're going to subtract these. 17 minus 9. Is 8, so times 10 to the 8th. Final answer. But I wanted to show you one more thing. What happens if my answer, maybe it wasn't 1.73. What if my answer was 17.3? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I want the other way. 0.173 times 10 to the 8th. What would I have to do? Right, I'd have to move that decimal this way, but when I move the decimal that way, I'm making a smaller number bigger, and in order to move it back later, I have to actually subtract, where you're not going to go as far. So it is going to be 1.73 times 10 We got a -1 to the 7th. All right, so just to make sure, you will see that, especially on some quizzes, you will see that if you move the decimal the other way, you have to subtract 1 instead of add 1. So pay attention to that. All right, let me know if you have any questions.